Discovery at the CCMAs. How you doing? It's Mike McGuire outside the Winnipeg Convention Center, and inside awaits the 2008 President's Gala. It's a big, big deal. This year's President's Gala was hosted by Aaron Burchett and saw such industry awards handed out as Best New Female to Jessie Farrell, an induction to the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame for Prairie Oyster, Johnny Reid receiving the award for Top Selling Canadian Album, and the SoCan Songwriters Award going to Chris Thorstenson, Dave Watzaloo, and Murray Pulver of Doc Walker. One of the highlights from the night came from Gord Bamford as he accepted the award for Top New Male Talent of the Year.
A couple days ago, Bruce Bowie probably said it most eloquently when he said that in Alberta, in Edmonton, we've gotten to know this guy's music for the past couple of years. This year, nominated and winner, the CCMA for Best New Male Artist. Gord Bamford.
Yeah, man, thanks a lot. It's unbelievable. What a great night it's been. It's I was pretty emotional up there, but our team's been working really hard for this day to happen, and we're just really, really happy that we've been able to win this award, and it's just a huge honor, and it's going to be a good party here tonight.
One of the things you made a point to mention was thanking George Canyon for being the first guy to take you across the country. Who else out there was a big part of it for you?
Well, there's a lot of influences for me here in the Canadian industry. Dwayne Steele has been a really big influence on what I've been doing. I've done a lot of writing with him, and big fan of his music. Gil Grand's another guy. The traditional country stuff, and George has been really, really good to me. He's been a fan of what I'm doing, and I'm a fan of his, and he's really, really done a lot for me as far as getting me out on the road and getting me across the country. And I just wanted to thank him for that.
Last question, where are you going to put the award?
I'm not sure yet. My wife and I were kind of talking about that. We might try and get some more somehow, because I think there's a few people that want. We might have to buy some more of those awards or something. I think they want some. So,
all right, Gord Bamford, again, Best New Male Vocalist, 2008 CCMAs. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks a lot.
Gord Bamford wouldn't be the only one thanking George Canyon for his help and service. Master Corporal Les Connell, along with retired general and former head of the Canadian Forces Rick Hillier, were on hand to honor George Canyon with the Humanitarian of the Year Award for his service to the troops in Afghanistan, as well as his song and video for I Want You to Live.
You were just saluted by top-ranked general.
I know.
Out of all the CCMAs you've been handed in your career, because you've got a stellar career, this has got to mean the most.
That's it. That's you know me. I can talk the head off a dead mule at 50 yards, and I am utterly speechless. I didn't. I found out this morning, and it hasn't sunk in. I just was like, nah. So I just kept putting it out of my head, and I thought I gotta prepare something. I gotta say something, and I can't. All I could find, of course, was General Hillier's quote, which I thought was brilliant, and that was it. That's all I had. I was a blubbering idiot the rest of the time. That's not good for an honorary colonel to be a blubbering idiot. But it really is. The CCMA have honored me. I don't know what to say. It's probably the biggest honor ever.
To have an entertainer like a George Canyon actually risk his life to go to Afghanistan in the name of the work you guys do. How does that make you feel?
It feels great. It feels great that I even get to meet the man. It feels good for all the soldiers and the individuals, just as morale, just to see them and meet them and see them around where they actually are.
What does it mean to give a humanitarian award to a guy like George?
Well, I think George would be the first to agree. I made a salute to our soldiers and our sailors and our airmen and our women and our families who support, but then just highlighted that service to Canada through what George Canyon has been doing. And he has been a great supporter of them. He has articulated, I think, the views of millions of Canadians in his song, in his videos, in his visits, in his performance, and in his acceptance of a honorary rank, honorary role in the Canadian Forces to show that appreciation, and it's pretty incredible. I think George deserves the award that he got here tonight, and it was just an absolute privilege to be a part of being able to present it to him.
Well, Canadian Country Music Awards, of course, celebrate all of Canada, being the military city that Edmonton is, of course. What are your feelings towards the cities that are around these military bases?
Well, first of all, I think that the Canadian Forces and the families who support the Canadian Forces, who are part of it, really, represent our entire country. I mean, they come from Newfoundland to Vancouver, to the Northwest Territories, to every other place and every small community right across our country. So they represent, I think, perhaps more than any other institution, every part of our great country. And I think that Canada's moms and dads have started to wake up and realize it's their sons and daughters serving the country. The cities that those moms and dads live in have started to realize that they need their support, and they've started to do that in a great way. Edmonton being perfect case in point. Here in Winnipeg, where these awards are being held, is also superb, and their support over this past several years in particular has been magnificent. It's a great thing to have.
Still lots more to come from the 2008 Canadian Country Music Awards, including interviews with Dierks Bentley, Brad Mates from Emerson Drive, Jimmy Wayne, Darius Rucker, and more.